Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I just wanted to pop in. I look a little tired today. Actually, I'm pretty well rested, but I wanted to pop in and just share with you. Thanks for following. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know who you are and where you're from. I wanted to pop in to share with you some lessons learned. And I'm trying to look at my eyes like, should I take my glasses off? No. Some lessons learned. Thanks for coming in Time International One. Thanks for joining. Some lessons learned through life, and just 5 lessons that I've learned. And a lot of who we are. Hi, tell me who you are, where you're from. I'm in Oklahoma, but I'm Kelly Ramsey with Developing People. And hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. And so I'm Kelly Ramsey with Developing People. And this year we launched the Launchpad. And the Launchpad is a platform to get your ideas from just an idea to reality and steps to do that. And so in my lessons learned, one of the things I remember is that a lot of the things that we do in our everyday life are valuable. And they're valuable to us because they help us to sustain our life and they help us to get things done and to meet what our goals are. But they're also valuable to other people who don't have that skill set and don't know how to do it. Okay, that's fine. Just check us back and share the podcast and then join me because I'll be on Saturdays and then at least 3 or 4 times a week. Would love to talk to you. And so we have lessons that we've learned and we've gone through trial and error to figure it out and to do the work and to make it happen. But have you ever thought that that lesson could be a lesson that you can teach to others? And so in my background as an early childhood professional, that's what I do now. After 35 years, 35, that seems long, but yeah, 35 years in the field, I've now become a teacher in my craft, an expert in my field, because I share the lessons that I've learned. So there's 5 lessons I wanted to share with you today, and we're going to be coming back to touch on some of them. And the first one that I learned was that I have to be authentically who I am. And so showing up every day in the different roles that I play as a wife, as a mother, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a leader, as a model and a mentor, I can't show up in each of those areas unless I'm who I authentically am. Because otherwise that would mean me taking off one mask, putting on another, taking off one costume, putting on another. And that's not what it's about. It's about being who you are, and who you are is what's needed for the occasion. So know that. So that's the first lesson. The second lesson is that I can learn something from every experience. I have learned things from watching ants. This is a long time memory, but watching ants crawl up and down a tree and getting diverted and then coming back and staying on their path. And even though they got off track, they went right back to do the work. I learned that as I was waiting on the bus, not having a car, really struggling, having some times and whatnot. But in that, everything was teaching me something. There's a lesson to be learned in everything you do. The third thing is that when you are learning a lesson, capture it. Capture it in some way. Capture it in a story, capture it in a journal, capture it in some way so that you can go back and revisit whatever that lesson was. And a lot of the lessons that I learned, you forget. And so when I'm perusing through a journal that I've written an entry in, I'm like, wow, that's right, I did learn that. So what have I done with that? Am I still stuck in the same place? Have I not applied those principles? And so you can learn lessons from what you've been through yourself, but also you can use it to teach other people. And the other piece of it is that you can, like we do Periscopes and we put it out there and we get people to come join us, da da da. But have you stopped to go back and listen to your own stuff? When I do that, I'm amazed. I'm like, wow, that was good stuff. Like I was saying that. But then I make myself question it. And this is the 4th lesson. Always use the material that you have shared with other people. If I'm not using what I share, then I'm a fraud. And if I haven't applied and practiced what I've shared, hey, Deandra, what I've shared, then I'm a fraud. And so teaching other people is really not just about them. It's about you. And so you have to have put into place the things that, thanks for my hearts, the things that you're talking about, you're teaching, and people are coming to you for advice, and you need to do X, Y, and Z. You need to do it yourself. The teacher needs to be taught from their own material. And when that happens, you transform your life literally, because you're seeing how it worked out. You're seeing the pitfalls. So a lot of things as a teacher, I will teach my staff or teach even my children different things. And I'm not teaching them from the standpoint that I'm the know-it-all and you need to do what I say. But I'm teaching them from the standpoint that I've been through it. I've made the mistakes. I want to share what I learned from those mistakes. But you have to go through your own process. And so when the teacher stops learning and the teacher stops listening, even to the very things that you're teaching, you're on the wrong track. So that's the fourth thing. The fifth thing is this: lessons are meant not only to be taught, not only to be followed, but lessons are meant to be duplicated. And how do you duplicate those things? So in my life, by nature, you already know I'm a teacher, I've said that. But I can duplicate a lesson by teaching someone else how to become that trainer, how to become the skilled expert in that same area. And then they go share it with someone, and then they go share it with someone. And so when I think of this, I think about my children. I think about the opening of the door. So when they were young, they're 8 and 6 now. And so when they were young, we would go out the screen door, bam, right in your face, the door slams, right? And so I was like, okay, I can yell at them for doing that, or I can teach them how to hold up the door so that they can do it for someone else. So when we were first teaching it, I would, the door would slam, I would be like so dramatic. Ow! They're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, the door got slammed in my face. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. I didn't know you was behind me. I said, well, you should look before you go out. When you go out the door, look behind you, hold the door open for somebody. And so did I do that one time? No, I did that a whole lot of times, like probably for a whole year with the two of them, went between 2 and 4 until they got it. So now they will not only hold open the door, they will wait for you. They will argue you down. No, I got it. No, I got it. No, I got it. And when they're out in public, when they're at school, they're the ones that's holding the door open as parents, children go out and end the door. I'm like, come on, you got to get to class. They're like, I got to hold the door, because they learn that lesson by it being taught and then reinforced. And so then they become a model of that lesson. They continually teach it over and over and over again. So if you missed some of our steps, we had 5 lessons as we went through. And I just wanted to come in and share that, but also encourage you to come check in. Hey, Sharika, check into the Launchpad, because we're going to be launching it to give other people a chance. Yes, that's a motto and great tips. Thank you. And so I love, one of the things I love is I love to be able to give back. And I love more than anything, my mentors, which she's on the line, to be able to be an example of what was poured into me. And I laugh about it a lot of times, because when I wasn't a mom, I was watching her be a mom. And so a lot of the things that I do are based on what she did. And she was real. She was authentic, and she's grown up some awesome women now. They're not my babies, but they're women now. And so I digress. And so the Launchpad is going to be reopening for 2 reasons. One, we did a 2-week run, and it was full packed. And so this time we are going to relaunch it, and we're going to open it up for 6 weeks. We want certain people to go into the 6 weeks. So we're going to ask you to sign up and actually apply for this process. And as you're applying for the process, it'll be a small group. And so I'm going to allow you to go back in, if you've already done it, and to revisit your information. Because setting goals and getting things done only happens when you do the work. And so honestly, we want feedback on what you've already done. Hey, Valerie, what you've already done. But we want to know what worked, what didn't work. We want to know the lessons learned from it. So if you're already following me and you haven't finished your survey, do your survey. And then we're going to reopen it and relaunch. So stay tuned on Periscope. It'll be on Facebook as well. You can find us at Developing People. Hey, good morning. And you can also find us in the We Connect community. If you want to join that group, just go in there and ask to join, and then I'll join you to the group. So you'll be looking forward to that. Literally, the Launchpad is my life. It's how I launched every area of my life. And it's the steps that I took every day to do the work, and I still do it today. It's my pattern, my system that I use. And so one of the things is that ideas will come and go, but until you put feet to your words and feet and action to your words, you'll be waiting, looking at your idea. I don't want you to do that, because there's people who need your idea. So join me on Facebook. Find me on Periscope. If you haven't already joined my Periscope family, you can click the little Perry Man and follow me. That's right, homeowner, home paid for, and all of those were step by step. And so you're going to be hearing more of my story. Thanks, Valerie and DeAndre, for the hearts. And so join me on Periscope, and I look forward to connecting with you. Now I got to get in here and go work. But I wanted to stop in real quick just to say hello. And I will check back in with you guys later on tomorrow. All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.